where you want it.
Bay 12, please.
Transformers fans, and welcome back to another Bay 12 video review. And today we are reviewing the Transformers Legacy Tarantulas figure. This one was a little odd because back in the day we got a Tarantulas figure, and then we got a repaint into Black Arachnia, which looked nothing like Black Arachnia in the cartoon, and then we got Transmetal Tarantulas, and then later on down the line, when Transmetal 2 Black Arachnia happened in the cartoon, we got a Transmetal 2 figure, which was a totally separate mold, which was nice. But it was weird getting Tarantulas much later after Black Arachnia versus the other way around on this one. Definitely worth the wait, though. This is a very, very good Tarantulas figure, and arguably the best Tarantulas figure ever produced. And I really, really liked the Transmetal Tarantulas figure. So here he is in the box. He looks good. You got artwork of him as a tarantula there on the front. There's him in robot mode on the side. Product shots of the figure on the back, and that's pretty much it for the packaging. Oh yeah, he looks so good. I was very excited for this announcement, and I can't wait to have the rest of the Season 1 Predacons finally finished with Wave 3 of Legacy, because we're getting Inferno in Wave 3. Fingers crossed we get Antagony in an Antagony remold / repaint of Inferno later on. And honestly, I would kind of like to see the gray Fox TV repaint of the Transmetal Tarantulas with this Tarantulas figure. I think that would be a really cool repaint with this one. And he's so awesome looking. I mean, he's so much bigger than Black Arachnia is from Kingdom, and he's supposed to be, because tarantulas are much larger than Black Widow spiders. You can flare out his spider legs, which he can also use as machine guns like he did in Beast Wars. He's got his little arrow launcher thingy. He's got his buzzsaw weapon. For comparison, here he is next to the Kingdom release of Black Arachnia, which, yes, I did swap out with the other Black Arachnia's legs because they were more Beast Wars accurate. But there you go. Not so much like taller than Black Arachnia, but definitely larger. Definitely a lot more broader than the Kingdom Black Arachnia. And seeing them side by side, Hasbro has done some fantastic witchcraft with the Kingdom modern Beast Wars characters. They've just made them look so amazing. It's very refreshing, because I'm a big fan of Beast Wars. I very much love Beast Wars. It's one of my favorite Transformers series of all time. It was an incredible sequel series, probably the only good sequel series to a Transformers series, because it is a sequel to Generation 1. And here he is in comparison to Transmetal Black Arachnia, Tarantulas. There he is next to his Transmetal self. I don't actually have the original Tarantulas toy. That's a figure I've never owned, which is weird. I mean, I've been collecting Transformers for like 20 years, and I've never once owned the original Tarantulas toy. So, oddly enough. But there he is next to Transmetal Tarantulas, which he looks great next to Transmetal Tarantulas. I would like to see this guy get a nice updated treatment, much like him. While this was a great figure, and still is, in a lot of respects, a great figure, he could do with some modern updates, better ankles, better elbows, a wrist joint. Really, that's it. That's really the only thing I would change on this figure. Other than that, I think he's pretty dang great. And that's it for comparisons. He's very, very articulated, as you can see. Much like with Black Arachnia, all of his spiders have an articulated knee ball joint. Fully articulated shoulders, in and out, bicep, right there above the wrist, and a hinged wrist joint. Head is on a ball joint, butterfly joints, mostly due to transformation. Waist, hips, upper thigh, double jointed knees, side ankle joints, forward and back ankle joints, but the forward and back ankle joints are mostly due to transformation. Here we go. Transformation is actually even simpler than Black Arachnia's transformation, which, I mean, it wasn't very complicated, but it had some challenging moments. Admittedly, Tarantulas is way easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up on this backpack section here. Or I guess it doesn't want to. Oh, that's right. Untab this backpack section from that other backpack section. Then we can pull up on it. There we go. Bring that out. And it is going to come over here to the front and just come down over the robot mode head, and there is the spider mode head. Like I said, pretty simple. Next, we're going to come to the arms. We're going to rotate them all the way around so they're facing forward, and rotate those shoulders in. There is some tabs on either side, and those are going to tab in to that little notch right there. So line that up, tab that in, line that up, tab that in, like so. And make sure you pull the spider legs off as you go, but don't actually do that. Next, we're going to rotate those spider claws around so that they're facing forward. And that's pretty much the front of the spider all the way done. Next is the legs. So what we're going to do is we're going to rotate that waist around. If you got to untap some stuff to get there, go ahead, like I just had to do. Bring this whole section down. This is going to tab in right there, like so. And then the rest of the legs is pretty simple. We just kind of collapse them in on themselves. And then just kind of stick them up in here under the spider butt. They don't really tab in a whole lot under the spider butt, but this peg hole right here does tab in to a peg right in there. It is kind of tricky to line up, but once you get it there, you just kind of have to look until you find it. Once you get it in there, you'll know. Same deal. Make sure you just collapse the leg down on those double hinged knees. Get the foot all the way in there. And there you go. That's all that you should see left. There you have the whole spider butt put together, and that's pretty much it. Now he's in spider mode. Just pose the legs however you like from this point forward. Some of these ball joints are a little bit looser than the others. And there he is in his tarantula mode. And he looks great. He looks really, really good in tarantula mode. Very, very nice blend of Beast Wars screen accuracy with a more realistic take on a tarantula. I mean, I know there's not really any purple and gold tarantulas out there, but I still like the blend of stylizations there, the making him look much like he did in Beast Wars, but also much like they did with the rest of the modernized Beast characters. You know, just kind of bringing it down a little bit, making them more realistic beasts as well, which is really nice. Now, he does have a little bit of weapon storage. What you can do is you can take the arrow thing here. There is a kind of like a split peg that just kind of where you just kind of stick this one in. It's always kind of a, there we go. And you got to kind of stick the leg back in. There we go. Much like with Black Arachnia, much like with the original toy, you just kind of plug it onto where it's hanging off the back of the butt. Not really any good weapon storage for the other weapon, though, from what I've been able to see. I mean, oh, never mind. The other one goes there. There you go. So yeah, there's fine weapon storage for it. I wish it was more like the original one, where maybe they had incorporated the whole front wheel mechanic, because this wasn't just, you know, a buzzsaw weapon. It was also the front wheel for his spider motorcycle mode kind of thing, because they had like this weird kind of a vehicle mode, but not really when they went transmetal in the second season of Beast Wars. But what's a Transmetal character you would like to see come out first? Now, of course, we're getting Transmetal 2 Beast Megatron in Wave 3 of Legacy, but Transmetal 2 aside, what's a Transmetal character you would like to see get an update first? I vote for Beast Megatron, mostly because he didn't get a good toy back in the day. Don't get me wrong, the overall mold and design was awesome for Transmetal Megatron, but he is one of the biggest victims of gold plastic syndrome I've ever seen in a toy, especially in a Transformer figure, and almost not a single Hasbro release has ever survived having been transformed. Almost. I know there are some odd ones out there, some lucky kids who got a good copy that just didn't crumble in their hands, but most of them do, and it's a sad shame, really. He desperately needs an update, in my opinion, but that's just me. Let me know in the comments, what's a character you want to see get a Transmetal version first, since Hasbro's been doing some really great Beast Wars updates lately. What did you think of Tarantulas? Was he a must-have for you? I'm so glad that he finally came out. It's a shame that he wasn't in Kingdom at all, and it's a shame he didn't make it into the Kingdom line, but I'm glad we still got him overall, and I'm really looking forward to Inferno here pretty soon as well. So stay tuned for that review. Whenever we get a hold of him, we'll be posting that review, and we'll be showing off all of the Season 1 Predacons together from Beast Wars. Oh, I can't wait. Stay tuned for all that. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you follow us on social media. And while you're at it, transform and roll out.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.